Hey guys, welcome back to Studio Hunter. Last episode, we was playing some Y2K and exploring this abandoned warehouse or factory, either or. This time we're gonna explore some more or leave actually because Alex is traumatized by seeing a girl get pulled from the elevator by some weird entities, whatever. So yeah, let's leave this place.
The calm night wind of springtime seemed to contrast the inner workings of my brain. I was moving on autopilot back towards my home. I felt as if I'd seen something that wasn't meant to be seen. As if the curtain lifted on reality and exposed the man upstairs. Like I just found out Santa wasn't real. I couldn't yet put into words what I now understood. Something had changed inside of me. Pulsating through my veins was the energetic charge of irrevocable loss, all for a woman I didn't know. This feeling wasn't pure. It was cut with something I couldn't put my finger on at the time. I believe now that it was a profound sense that I had discovered something. Only problem was this something wasn't meant to be seen. In that moment, I was a child finding a magazine meant only for an adult's eyes. I was both intrigued and repulsed, confused by the images spinning inside my head.
Sometimes the dialogue is just, you know, I don't know how to feel about the dialogue. It's like a hit or miss, I guess. But it's just, oh shoot. Yeah, it is a hit. It's not like a hit or miss. It's just sometimes like, okay, I understand how you feel, but others is just, you know. Alright, we're going back to Alex's house because he's super traumatized. What happened? Alright, let's reflect. But I'm gonna reflect on this game, but sometimes I'm gonna let the game talk so it can try to explain itself. So, yeah.
When I arrived home, tired, confused, and out of breath, I tossed my things on the floor and made my way to the couch. My mother still wasn't home yet. I wasn't surprised. She often worked late right before her company released a new product. My mother, a 49-year-old, short, red-headed woman, was an information systems programmer analyst for Pacific Chime, the West Coast's leading telecommunications provider. Her job, ironically located on the East Coast, worked her harder in 1 year than most jobs worked people in a decade. This job paid well. Without it, my sister and I would have never gotten through college. I left school debt-free thanks to the back-breaking mental labor of my mother.
You have mail.
There was a moment of apathy where I almost didn't click the link. The last thing he sent me that was allegedly scary turned out to be a picture of 2 elephants locked in the throes of passion. I sighed and clicked the link. The file was 2.9 megabytes. In the dark room, the monitor was hurting my eyes. I rubbed them and waited for the file to load. I thought of all the things it could be. More animal porn, human porn, cartoon porn. You could never really guess with this guy. But it was most certainly going to be pornographic.
The fact that this guy say it's more concerns me.
Maybe a girl from my high school was now into adult videos and was doing some particularly unladylike things. While the video loaded, I thought of all the girls I had gone to school with who might be involved in such activities. All the girls that came to mind neither had the looks nor the motivation to seek out an adult filmmaker. I gave up. I just have to wait for it to finish downloading. When the file had finished downloading, I waited with fading patience for my computer to open it in QuickTime. Finally, it was loaded.
Hey, look, it's the girl who got captured. I need to get to sleep before I do anything else. Basically, this is Alex's computer, of course. We'll be using this throughout the whole game for side missions and stuff like that. It will be a port to nothing in the game. Like, not as important, but just working to do things. So, yeah. So we'll be going back there a lot. Back to Alex's house just to look at his computer.
So, is this what a college graduate does? Spend hundreds of thousands of his mother's hard-earned money to lounge around all day? It's already 2 p.m. Don't you think you should be getting out of bed?
Just, can you keep it down, please? I had a rough night. Can't get that video out of my head.
Alex, can I ask you a serious question?
Do you have to? It's too early for serious questions.
That doesn't work with me. I'm not your mommy. I don't let you get away with letting things slide.
Okay, fine. What is it then?
Why didn't you go back and look for her after she vanished from the elevator? Why did you run straight home?
If you had seen her being pulled out of the elevator, you'd have known she was gone for good, too. Besides, it's...
You're forgetting that I was there. I saw it, too, and I get it. You're scared, right? So you ran home. I understand. But maybe when you've mustered up some courage, you can put on your big boy pants and see if you can find her.
Yeah, maybe.
Now get yourself out of bed. Take a shower. You smell terrible.
I knew he was right. I couldn't let myself live with the guilt of not going back to look for her. Why did I run away? Why didn't I just stand there and let her get pulled into... What exactly had she been pulled into? Just the thought of going back to the factory made my stomach tighten. But if I didn't go back, I knew I'd never be able to live with myself. I think there was a part of me that didn't believe what my eyes had seen. That I was missing something. Some vital piece of information that slipped my mind. The whole...
Oh, shit.
We are inside a room. We can tell from the decorations on the wall that it is a female's room. The unremarkable but adequate lighting reveals to us that there is someone in the room, although who is not yet clear to us or the others in the room. The expressionless decor and bedding show uninteresting taste. Although there are the staples of a bedroom, there is something inhuman about the layout and decorations. We get the impression that the room is a parody of a human woman's room. With a quick survey of the interior, our eyes come to rest on a figure unconsciously placed inside the bed. We know from her plastic finish that she is both unconscious from a lack of humanity inside of her vessel and unconscious from a lack of power going to her circuits. The low electric hum of the room detracts from the music playing at a low level from a record player in the corner of the room. As we observe the motionless figure, we gradually come to sense that she isn't well, that she is broken in some way. We feel compelled to refer to the figure in the bed as a woman. However, her exposed circuitry holds our words. We bring the camera closer to her face and ponder what she is. Her face is lined with the most profound solemnance. We confer with each other and come to an agreement.
I don't know what's all that about, but
Okay, so let's review. You met a girl in an old factory, and she vanishes within an hour of you meeting her. Now, with a new sense of bravery, you're running off to the last location you saw her to try and track her down.
that sounds like a high school date right there for me.
Exactly.
Sounds good to me. I like this Alex with a sense of purpose. Now, if only you could get out of bed before 2 p.m.
I've had this song stuck in my head. It just won't go away. Did you ever get that? I think they call it an earworm or whatever. But this isn't really the catchy kind of song. This is that sort of thing. It's pretty good, but some of the lyrics are a bit weird. How do they go again?
I think you have the wrong number.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Alright. I think we should just head to the factory. I think we should head to the factory. Yes, indeed. I like to say this game is very wacky and trying to like pull some mystery, which I do enjoy from this game, you know. I want to explore the town more, but I'll wait until some parts. Look, a mysterious person.
Alex? You grew a beard!
As the young man got closer, my bewilderment grew. His name was Michael. He was a good kid, a bit younger than me, and usually worth a laugh or two. My hand covered my eyes to block the sunlight to see him better. I thought back to the last time I had seen him. For some reason, I couldn't place any memories of him since before high school. But I knew I must have seen him since then.
College makes you into a man.
Makes you into something.
What have you been up to?
Just took the SATs. That's about it.
Sounds intense. How do you think you did?
I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. But then I realized how uncomfortable it was to sit at the edge of my seat, so I sat normally.
What?
Just a little joke. Anyway, you look good. Well, maybe a few pounds heavier. Guessing you didn't major in exercise science.
Har har, very funny. Liberal arts.
Great. What do you do with that? Have any fun plans for the summer?
Nothing really. Just got back yesterday. I already spent the day chasing a cat and exploring that old factory by the water tower.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome! Hey, have you ever heard of urban exploration? There's this great website called www.onism1999.com. I think you'd really get a kick out of it. These guys break into old buildings and take photos. Usually the places they explore have some sort of urban legend behind them or a ghost story. Most of the stuff is legit and pretty damn creepy.
Did you say Onism 1999? Someone sent me a video from there yesterday. What else do you know about that site?
It's like a conspiracy theory support group. People from all over the world post about political conspiracies, local myths, stuff like that. You don't look so good, dude. Everything okay?
It's something from that page. It's been screwing with my brain.
What exactly did you see on there that has you so freaked out?
I don't know if you saw it or not. It was the one with the girl in the elevator, the one who gets lifted off the ground.
That was supposed to be filmed locally. I couldn't bring myself to watch it, but all those sick bastards made the gif of her being thrown around like a rag doll. That poor girl. After that went up, everyone on the forum started acting strange, like a sort of darkness had come over the website. It was the first time something like that had been posted that people weren't immediately calling a fake. Something about the look of horror in her face. There's a sick part of people that want it to be real, you know?
Yeah. Michael, when I first got to town and I saw that,
There was part of me that wanted to tell Michael everything. To get it all out in the open. But I couldn't bring myself to say it. There was something that felt personal, almost intimate about my meeting with Sammy. Like in that moment of her disappearance, we were linked. It was from my eyes only. Her memory was from my thoughts only. But I needed to talk to someone about the situation. So I proceeded with caution.
I went all over that factory yesterday. And I swear, the elevator in there was the same one as in the video. I know that sounds weird, but I really think that video was filmed there.
Really? Okay, let's check it out then.
What? Really? You want to go?
Yeah, why not? Do you mind if we run to the camera shop in Frankton really quick? I was getting my camera repaired. If we go in, I'm gonna want to take pictures. Photos would be like...
Yeah, sure. Let's just go quick.
That building isn't going anywhere anyway. Besides, the whole thing is probably a hoax. I checked the paper this morning and there wasn't a mention of a missing Frankton girl.
Yeah, okay. Let's just not let anyone beat us to the punch.
Michael has joins the party.
No way! They opened up an arcade in Frankton? That's awesome! Wow!
How long has this been here?
They opened it about 3 weeks ago. I still haven't gone in. I've been waiting until they fixed my camera so I could get some great photos of the place. I hear they have a bunch of import games.
Import games? From where?
Japan, mostly.
Aren't, like, all games made in Japan?
Well, at least the good ones are. Although there are some good RTSs on PC I've been playing lately, and I'm pretty sure those are made in the US.
Yeah? I never got into those kind of games myself. Always been more of an RPG guy.
RPG games are seriously the best! Chrono Trigger, Lufia 2, Secret of Mana! Those games are like the holy grail of my youth! I seriously don't think I'd be the person I am today if it wasn't for them.
Ever played Two Brothers?
Oh no.
That's a sort of ARPG, although its focus really isn't on combat.
Two Brothers? Nope. That's a terrible name for a game, though. Sounds like a diner or a pizza place. Those guys really should work on their naming conventions.
Anyway, let's hit up the arcade really quick after we get your camera, and then head over to the factory. I just want to step in to smell that combination of grease and BO.
Yeah, let's do that then. Really? Grease and BO, dude?
Two Brothers, or the creators' first game of this game. You know, that was their first game they work on before they made Y2K. I could talk to these people, but they're gonna say like this, you know, walk into the mine joint. In the camera shop. Yeah, it was right here. Oh my god, I can't remember. I'm not stealing. Go away, hipster scum. Anything that you say? I want to buy it, but I can't afford it. You won't understand. Huh? Nope, I totally understand. Alright, let's go to the... They want to explore around more, but... Yeah, I'll do that for later. Actually, could we get some armor? I think we should buy some armor. Yeah, I think we should buy some armor before we go. I think it's this one. Yeah, sports. Alright. Just come in. Alright, dude. This is a polar bear beanie. This is a graphic t-shirt. Let's buy 2 by 1. Alright. Let's put the polar beanie on Alex. And give the t-shirt to him and the beanie. Yeah. At least some armor. Hope. Yeah. Did it? Yeah, I was making sure and I'm all heal up before I go. All about this game that buying equipment, you gotta buy it from different shops. Like you wanna buy like a new camera for Michael, you gotta go to the camera shop. Which makes sense. Wait, let's check out the arcade first. Alright. Which I totally understand, but you know, but as a RPG standard, like, you know, going to different shops just to go to get different items is kind of annoying.
Yes! This place is the bomb!
Wow! This is a lot better than I expected. There's so many beat arcades around.
Does that girl live in Frankton? I don't think I've ever seen her before.
I don't know. She's ancient anyway. What do you think she is, 26?
Hey now, that's really not that much older than me, dude.
Whatever. You're ancient too.
Let's come back here later. We should get to the factory.
Wait, so what's the point of pew pew pew? What's the take button? Export or something. $1. Try to talk to her. Do you need change? No? I see. So what do you want? Just to talk? I'm too tired to talk. I work here 10 hours a day. Go find someone who cares. Alright. Leave me alone, or I'll mess you up. Alright? Oh, look, the front door is open. Actually, I do want to show how Michael fights. Unlike Sam and Alice, Michael actually fought with the camera. Hold on. At least you gotta mash the buttons. Not that hard. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically how he fights. He gets this. I think he has a special already. He should be. If not, then yeah, photo shoot. We just spam the camera. Ooh. The doors are open now. The flame girl's gone now. What will you do? Let's go to the next floor. Okay, we should just...
We saw something we never could have imagined. A being made of stars. The entire galaxy, no, the universe maybe, compressed into the silhouette of one entity. It hadn't noticed us at first. We were as insignificant to him as the trillions of stars at its core. But when provoked, it came after us. Like we were the most sought-after thing in the universe. I'd been scared before. Everyone has, but those past memories of fright were nothing compared to what we had just experienced. As if a black hole incarnate had come to exist and it wanted us gone. As if consuming us was its only purpose. I couldn't say why I felt that way at the time, but I had known it was true. And with all this in mind, Sammy's vanishing was starting to feel like the least supernatural thing I would experience.
So, this is a entity, and we gotta fight this thing. Let's give this our best. It's kind of like a mini boss, if you think about it. So basically, you know, that didn't work. Let's try this one. Nope. Ooh! Alright. Maybe our panda will help.
Panda barrier!
Maybe we should use... Maybe since we've got a new camera from Michael, you know, to destroy things. Oh, do spam A for this attack. But nope, nothing happened. It didn't work. He wasn't paralyzed. So what are we supposed to do? This whole time I thought we were supposed to attack it. I was stuck on this boss for a long time, but really supposed to just run from it. You can't really fight it. And this is our little running sequence. I kind of do like the little Pixar. We gotta jump over these little boxes. Alright. Yeah. You can't really kill it. And this thing will follow you? It should follow. Oh, now there you go. You can't really kill it now. What will you do? What's the lobby? Yeah, we can't kill it now, but we will defeat it later once we have a character who can defeat those things.
What the hell was that?
What the hell is going on?
Well, what just happened?
What? Can you even believe what just happened?
Oh man, dude! We need to get your photos developed!
Developed? This thing is digital, baby!
So what now? Do we just leave?
I'm gonna go with yes!
Chapter 2, The Chance. Traveler.
Once again, I had left the old factory, frightened and confused. And once again, I didn't have Sammy with me.
As I wait outside of Michael's house for him to get his transfer cable, I couldn't help but be uneasy. I still don't know where Sammy was, and all we had found was more mysterious. Okay, dude, let's go upload these. My mom's on the phone, so if we want to go online, we'll have to go back to your house. Sorry about that. Sorry about all the back and forth here. At least now you remember where I live. Remember that. Michael live right here. We can't really get that treasure where we get later. Oh, he lived on the edge. I thought. This game don't have a map, which, you know, it is a small, like, you can probably memorize this layout, but it is a pretty small area, so.
While we waited for Michael's camera to transfer the photos, we began to talk.
I was talking to my cousin about this recently. The lifelong implications of seeing something actually, undeniably supernatural. Specifically, your reflection doing something that you were not doing. He has a 6-year-old daughter. She's really precocious. Apparently, she told my cousin that when she looked into the mirror, she was smiling, but that she knew she wasn't smiling. When I thought about that, I knew it would destroy any respect you had for the rules of life or the boundaries of what could happen. I asked him what he said, and he just shrugged his shoulders and said, kids say weird shit. I pushed him a little bit on the subject later on after he had a few drinks in him, and he said that it scared him to picture his daughter and another version of his daughter in the mirror, smiling when the other looked so miserable. He told me that his wife said his daughter was just confused, that she probably felt sad but was smiling from having fun playing. So inside, she wasn't smiling, but outside, she was. Maybe she couldn't understand what it meant to look happy outwardly, but feel inwardly depressed. Like as if her vocabulary wasn't enough to express depression. But I don't know. She is a smart kid, and somehow it felt wrong.
Her reflection smiled at her? That's really creepy. Have you ever had any other experiences with paranormal stuff? Like before?
Not really. I've always had a bit of an interest in it. I always thought that these sort of things follow certain people around. Like there's something that picks a particular person and forces them to see all the weirdness that others miss out on.
You say that with a lot of affection.
I don't know. It's just kind of been my thing for a while. Conspiracies, ghosts, missing people, things like that.
When did you first get into this sort of thing?
I can't remember one thing that really pulled me in. My parents always fell asleep watching TV. They used to sneak into their room and watch those missing persons shows while they were sleeping. Once your mom finally got internet to Frankton, I started checking out some of the more paranormal websites. Before long, I realized that the information was too scattered. I spent a few weekends learning HTML, and before I knew it, Onism 1999 had over 15,000 hits each week.
Wait, you were involved with making Onism 1999?
You didn't know that? I figured that's why you kept talking to me about the missing Asian girl.
No, I just needed to get all that off my chest. Look, Michael, I need to be entirely honest with you, but yeah, just promise me you won't think I'm insane or anything.
Okay, fair enough. What did you lie about?
I met the girl who went missing. Her name is Sammy. I had followed a cat into the abandoned factory, and I found her there. I just assumed the cat hung out there and she had gone in to try and find him when he didn't go back home. But the thing is, she said some really strange stuff. Stuff about living in the factory, pretending not to know what elevators were. Well, okay, maybe not pretending. I think she really didn't know what they were. There were weird gaps in her knowledge that I had interpreted as her being quirky, but now I wonder if there was actually something really wrong with her.
You saw her yesterday, right? So you saw her after she went missing? That's actually a good thing, Alex. This means she wasn't taken by some serial killer or a rapist.
It means she was swallowed up by a being made of stars and planets. How is that better?
Fair enough. So what was her last name? Did she tell you that much? Maybe we can check online for a missing persons report. You could call the police and tell them you know where the video was taken.
I don't know. There still is a part of me that thinks that, like...
What, that you dreamed it? Dude, I don't know. That would be a pretty specific dream. So you think you went into the factory, came home, and then had a really realistic dream where you met a missing girl you hadn't seen before?
But... You see, she didn't exactly look like the girl in the video. There was something skeletal about her appearance. Something otherworldly.
Otherworldly?
Yeah. Dude, just forget I said it. Did the pictures upload?
Yeah, let me pull them up. How is this possible? They completely distorted the photos!
Holy shit!
Okay, well, yeah, this is pretty otherworldly.
It was as if someone had cracked an egg over my head, and what trickled out was hot dread, a feeling of pure anxiety. All of my fears were confirmed. What I was experiencing was real. There was no doubt about it. We uploaded the photos to Onism 1999 and waited for an explanation. We had our doubters, but more people wanted to believe than not. And with each reply, Sammy got pushed further away from the forefront of the discussion. I explained how the building was the same one from the elevator girl video, that everyone was more concerned by the creepy figures in the photo. Each time my little mailbox turned red, I slowly realized that everyone on this forum wanted the content to be true. They needed it to be. A few people tried to explain why the photos were distorted, but most people believed it to be ghosts, or the devil, or other stupid things like that. I considered myself something of a philosopher in college. I thought I had answers, but now that I've come face to face with the otherworldly, I know now that every person who tells you about spirituality, dead people and all that have no idea what they're talking about. Someone told a lie and it somehow stuck. I told the truth, and it just gets muddied up by that same ancient myth. With the exception of my post, most of the things on that forum seemed like lies. That wasn't until about 2 weeks after my post, when a user posted something about a girl who could rip holes in time and space. I wouldn't have believed it myself, but he had photos. And we had seen the girl before.
So you realize we've seen this chick before, right?
Oh, really? Where? Wait.
Knew you'd get there eventually. It's that old lady from the arcade.
Jeez, enough with that old crap. She's probably our age.
Don't lump me in with you 20-somethings. I have a bright future ahead of me.
Oh, if only you knew. Just wait till you're done with college. You'll be...
Boring and fat like the rest of your graduating class? I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, I will continue to be my interesting, slim, nubile self.
Nubile?
I stand by my statement. Anyway, let's take another look at those photos.
Wow. It's just so unbelievable. What is the likelihood that this is a thing?
It's incredibly unlikely. But since we've got nothing better to do, let's say we visit Ye Old Arcade for some air hockey and interview an interdimensional traveler.
Okay, let's go. If Alex offended you, just realize that this character meant to be badly written or just mostly hated. So don't take his, don't take his little theories too hard. Just want to put that out there. He's supposed to be written as a disgusted person, or his personality is all about himself. So that's mostly why he's mostly hated,
So, you gonna talk to her?
Are you kidding me? That's totally your job. Just man up and say something to her.
Nah, I don't think I should. It'd be, good for you to learn to talk to girls before you go away to college.
I know how to talk to girls. But she is a senior citizen, man. What is she, like, 27? Ew. That's your thing, man.
I told you to cut it out with the age crap. She's probably no older than 24. And besides, aren't you the nubile one? You're much more desirable.
Yes, that's true, I am.
Listen here, boys. We have a zero creeping on women policy here. If you'd like to ogle some women, I'm sure your mothers would love it if you were home in time for supper.
It's not that. It's just we have this photo of you that we were...
You've been taking photos of me? Wow. You guys are even more screwed up than I thought. Can't say you'd be the first pervs I've thrown out of this place.
Cut the paper with her. Just put a barrier up. She do super damage. think he's supposed to lose this boss fight, but oh, this fight, but whatever. And yeah, I don't have no healing item. Story. Yep, nothing. I think we're supposed to lose this boss fight. This fight, I meant.
Okay, we give in. Just he's off. We didn't mean to be creepy.
Then why were you taking photographs of me?
Hey, we didn't take the photos. Someone on the internet did.
Someone on the internet? What are you talking about?
If you'd stop slamming our heads together for 1 minute, we'd love to explain.
Okay, explain.
There's this website where people post conspiracies and other weird things, and there's this photo of you, like, exploding things with your mind.
Exploding things with my mind. I haven't done that in a while, so I'm sure it's an old photo.
So you're not denying that you can do that?
Of course I can't. Not with my mind, at least. This goes against all the better judgment I have in me, but can you take me to a computer to show me these photos?
Yeah, sure. I live like 5 minutes from here.
Oh great, we gotta walk all the way back. That's actually cute. There's a water fountain over here. Yeah, the girl we pick up, she's way more important later on in the story. So, yeah.
Well, that's me. Just, I don't know when these were taken.
How exactly do you explain all the blowing stuff up with your mind things? Can you really do that?
It's not exactly with my mind. I use sound. Remember when I kicked your ass earlier? I used the sound of my keytar to deal physical damage. If you study the physical properties of sound, you can learn enough about acoustics to both heal and damage objects orally.
Where did you learn to do something like that?
Oh, years of private practice and studying, really. So tell me more about this website. What is Onism 1999?
Basically, it's a place on the internet for people to talk about conspiracies, the occult, and anything supernatural.
Seems like something boys would like. Do you recognize the location from these photos?
That's behind the old grocery store. Obviously, you've been there before.
Interesting.
What's your name, by the way?
My name's Vella Wild. It's interesting to meet you. I'm guessing you're a cameraman, and this is your sidekick, Ginger Boy?
Usually I go by Alex. Only my mom is allowed to call me Ginger Boy.
She really gets us. You really would be my sidekick, Alex. Cameraman by day, Michael by night.
Right. So, why do you two spend all your time on such odd websites? Do you really believe this stuff?
Michael and I spent the next hour or so recounting the events of me finding Sammy, and us running into the star creatures inside of the old factory. As we told the story, Bella just looked into my eyes and never reacted. I first began with trepidation. As I went on, I could tell she was doing her best to understand my story. Something felt familiar about her. But not in the I've met her sort of way. I dated a girl in college who was a women and gender studies major. She told me that she believed men and women were all the same at our core. That we were all made of the same elements, not just on a physical level, but in a metaphysical level. She was a strong believer in spirituality, although she'd be the first to tell you she wasn't religious. She told me she believed everyone had soulmates, plural, a series of people we were compatible with. In her theory, this applied to friendship as well as romantic relationships. She said that when the universe was created, all matter was one object, and that since we're all matter, we are all the same. She said that she believes our soulmates were cut from the same section of that initial piece of matter. That unexpected feeling of familiarity you feel when you meet someone for the first time means you were meant to meet. I personally didn't believe it. I still don't think she has all her facts straight. But every time I feel what I felt when Vella looked in my eyes, I thought of this explanation.
Did you manage to speak with the entities?
The entities? I guess you mean the star creatures.
Yes, those are the ones.
No, we were too busy running for our lives.
Did you try and take photographs of them, Michael?
Yeah, let me pull them up.
Vella told us things. Confusing things. Things that, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have believed. The way she spoke seemed two-sided. As if for a few moments, a side of her that she was trying to keep hidden was visible. And as soon as we noticed, she made to cover herself up. She made jokes more often than she was serious. But when the serious aspect of her personality appeared, I was convinced that's who she really was. That's the thing with people, isn't it? You could show them all the mysteries of the universe, but if they're distracted by the human element of the tale, they'll shift all of their attention there. Self-consumed with humanity. Self-consumed with other people. You know? That's just how people are.
My experience with them is limited, but what I've observed was powerful. I understand that what I'm about to tell you will sound like a lie, so I ask you to look past the words I'm saying and hear the truth behind them. A short time ago, I entered into a dark place, both physically and metaphysically. While I was there, I encountered the entities for the first time. I can't say what about their presence was so striking to me, but the moment I saw them, I felt something. Something that was weighted. Like their bodies took up the entirety of the room. At first, I approached one and we spoke. However, the contents of the conversation isn't important to the story. Something I said upset it, and it tried to grab me. It was almost like a mother trying to smother its child. The pain was beyond description. It scared me to death. The entity was incredibly heavy. I managed to break free, but the weight of the thing remained on me. And for the entirety of the following week, it was as if someone was twisting a drill inside me. My head would throb, and the pain felt bone deep. You probably can't imagine what it was like, you two, but just the thought of the pain now brings tears to my eyes.
I reflected on her story. I wanted to reply, but something inside me told me to let the words hang in the air. It was as if the longer the pause between her words and mine, the more truth they carried. Finally, I spoke.
That's horrifying. But can you explain what you mean by entered a dark place? Or more importantly, physically and metaphysically? I can understand doing it physically and mentally, but I need some help with the meta part.
Metaphysical is a word, an adjective to be more specific. It means pertaining to or of the nature of metaphysics. Metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that includes the first principles, includes ontology and cosmology, and is intimately connected with epistemology. Epistemology is, of course, a branch of philosophy that investigates the origin, nature, methods, and limits of human knowledge.
Thank you for the definition, which I already knew. I was looking for something more concrete, more tangible.
I'm afraid that's all I feel comfortable telling you. I don't know you at all, and to reveal something so personal seems like I'd be opening myself up to vulnerability.
Do you mean to imply that you've found a way to exist inside of a metaphysical space? That you...
Enough! I don't need to talk about this with you. It makes me uncomfortable. Don't you get that?
Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to piss you off.
Look, I need to get back to the arcade. I was technically in the middle of a shift. I'm gonna write my number down. Call me if you see any more interesting comments on my photos, or have a run-in with the entities.
Wait, I have one more question before you go.
Alright.
How did you get to be so powerful? You took both of us on and barely broke a sweat.
You act as if that's impressive. Look, I've trained myself in the metaphysical space, inside of the mind dungeon. I like you two, so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Here is one last number. Call it if you ever want to open your mind and expand your battle abilities. That's all I'll say for now. The guy on the other end can explain more.
The Mind Dungeon is now available. You can access the Mind Dungeon from any phone. The location and verbal depleting your party's abilities do not entry to visit here often.
The way I look at it, we have two things we need to do. If we want to hang out with Vela again, we're gonna need to train ourselves.
We should at least leave level 5 before. We should at least be level 5 before calling her.
Also, if we want to call her, we're gonna need to search Onism 1999 for some interesting posts.
Okay, simple enough. Go grind and then give Villa a call.
Yeah, but don't forget to search Onism 1999 for some good posts. She'll probably hang up on you and kick our butts again if we don't have anything cool.
Man, are we even cool enough to hang out with someone like her?
Nope! I'm still growing, and you're an overgrown man-child who can barely pick up a record. So let's head out of Frankton and try to find some things to beat up.
Sounds good. We should stock up on some healing items at the burger joint before heading out.
Hey! Just calling to see if you figured it out. I would love to just come out and say it, but I think it would scare you to death. And that would ruin everything.
Nope. I haven't figured anything out. Look, if you're just gonna keep calling me and say vague, creepy shit, you should at least tell me your name.
Oh! It's your best childhood friend. Think back to when you met me. We were kids. I think Losing My Religion by R.E.M. had just become a big hit. My mom didn't want me listening to it because she was afraid it would turn me into a bad kid or something. I went over to your house and we listened to it on your stereo for hours. My mom came to pick me up from your house, heard the song, and freaked out. How can you not remember that? It was the funniest thing.
The story was so specific, it sounded so familiar, and yet I couldn't place it. It was like I had read it in a book somewhere or watched it on a TV show, but still no particular name or date came to mind.
Yeah, you're right. You probably wouldn't remember that. Look, I'm going to keep calling you until you remember me. Remember what you used to say. Everything happens for a reason. That reason is nothing happens for any reason.
What a weirdo.
So before I end this episode, let's actually go to the mind engine. Please come in. For the mind engine, it's what? These are XP. Well, we have lots of XP actually. Hold up. I think that's from my previous account. Basically, we talk to this guy over and over again for a long time just to increase their XP and stuff. Making them to do more better and stuff. I kind of like that, but for us, it's a different story.
Excuse me. No, seriously, I'm fine. Please don't fret. I'm Marlene, although that's just the name my parents gave me. Please call me Crow, although most people just call me Kay. You look confused. May I ask why? Oh, you don't say. Please forgive my rudeness. I don't mean to pry, but I can't help myself. Welcome to the Dungeon of the Mind. I imagine this is your first time here. Ah, I see. I see. Where should I begin? Well, first I should begin by saying in the fight between you and the Mind Dungeon, back the Mind Dungeon. For all intents and purposes, the Mind Dungeon is the only thing that truly exists. Everything else is just shattered fragments of time and matter floating in the soul space. Remember to save often. One advantage in keeping a diary is that you become aware, with reassuring clarity, of the changes in which you constantly suffer. Plus, it's never fun to lose progress. Well, good luck. I've often said that it's comforting to reflect that the disproportion of things in the world seems to be only arithmetical. I'm not really sure what I mean by that either. Lastly, in my pseudo-philosophical rantings, I forgot to mention something vital. You may have heard this in a distant dream, but I feel like I should remind you. When you kill an enemy, it's dead forever. Killing enemies gives you experience points. Spend those experience points to open doors inside the Mind Dungeon. Remember though, you can decide not to kill any enemy and avoid the battle altogether. However, doing so might not be wise all the time, since you'll want to find experience points to spend on character upgrades.
So basically, the Mind Dungeon is how we level up, which I kind of like the mechanic of, like, we gotta talk to this guy to encourage our friend, Michael, to level up. Like, hey, level Michael up. Basically, I did play this game. This is new game plus mode, so basically I don't know how to grind, and grinding this game is really annoying. So, So, yeah. But that's for our party. For Alex himself, he physically got to enter each one of these things just to level up. And making this is like, alright, it started to be cool, like, okay, like, I want more PP on this one, like more power up, more speed on this one, get my health like that, extra strength, you know, that 1.5, you know, maybe I should put that in more defense and stuff. Talk to this guy, like, you know, they say I'm cool with it. Yes. And yes, I'm gonna level up. Go to the next floor and you level up what happened. Alright. Michael can now be level 7, Alex level 2. This part is really, really tedious, so I don't know if I'm gonna skip this part, you know. Okay, then. Ooh, time energy, that's pretty good. Back to me level 8 now. It's basically just, I'm really gonna focus on Alex PP because he can do extreme good damage. For me, for Alex, focus on health, damage, PP up, and defense. I know that if you this one, I think luck would do like extra critical hits, maybe. I don't really know how the game really, like I said, the damage output for this game it's really off. It's not off, it's just, you know. Ooh, this is the one behind. I think this one. Each one have different stats. Like, go to each store, it will tell you which one's way better. If I could do this one, I'll do flip. Yeah, I do want to do more strike because I do want Alex to be a tank. This is a new ability into the room. Do one more smooth jazz. That's pretty good. Alright. We're actually level 5, that's pretty good for us. We're going to level 5. I do want to upgrade the PP. So... PP up. Speed up. Health. That's my health. It's pretty bad. Strike attack, let's upgrade that. Click on that. Maybe one more. Then we're done. Yeah. Then we can leave this place. I do want to increase PP because we won. Yeah, we're 10. I think we should be good. We're 10. All right. But yeah, we're gonna be done. And yes. Michael is actually level 12. I think Michael will be always yeah, it's good. We're good. We can leave this place now. At least we're lovers then. At least you know how to grind. Cause trust me, I don't want to grind in this game. This game is way too long. Alright. We're gonna cut it here, to be honest. The next episode we'll explore more and talk to, yeah. We'll explore more about this game. Mostly more dialogue, of course. Other videos will be posted. I'm thinking of doing probably another Let's Play while playing this game. Maybe I should celebrate Resident Evil, play that game, but mostly I'll play more Y2K. Yeah, so stick in tune, find more tomorrow, so see you guys later. Alright, bye.